I kind of got a funky angle because Stella's right below me. She's having a hard day. Her day starts in the night. But I'm having this like a weird, there's some things I want to talk about, but I actually took a chemical this morning because my stomach is just like, oh my God, my stomach is really killing me. It's like on overdrive. And I was like, this is so weird. What in the hell is bothering my stomach? But I think it's stress because I'm about to have somebody come back and stay with me again, long term. So, and you know, the last time they were here, it was very stressful when somebody just keeps on, I don't know, trying to work out their shit, but you know, since I'm crazy, they can't wrap their heads around a lot of stuff. So, anyways, I was like, we're starting that again. So hopefully it's gone a little bit further in, you know, in with their healing, so that they think like, well, I'm not gonna go yell and scream at this person. We'll see how it goes. But you certainly, you know, you can't leave people on the side of the road with their stuff in trash bags, you know. So, anyways, I can't. Some people can. I can't. But one of the things that is just blowing my mind. Okay, I talked about this with the Pam and Tommy thing, right? And they put these great songs in, and then they give you the visual. Like they put that in our head. Like you hear a song, it could be in the car or whatever, but your mind is going to remember the visual. You know, that was the whole point of music videos. So they put this visual into your head, and you know, a lot of those songs, you know, it's Tommy Lee's dick. So it's like, I don't want to think about that when I'm thinking of this song. I don't want to think about these two people having sex, which, by the way, their show is so freaking sad. There's another one now where Pamela Anderson's doing some documentary that she's going to tell her side. It seems like this is telling her side. So, and I saw that the director is Lake Bell, which I like Lake Bell. I mean, to the most you can like somebody that you don't know, who you don't know what they do in their free time or spare time. You don't know what they eat for dinner. So, yeah, I don't know. I always thought she seemed like a decent person. She didn't seem like, you know, she was desperate for fame, but I don't know. Anyways, because the people who are desperate for fame will do anything. You know, sell my soul? No problem. Can I have everybody love me for a minute? It's like, so anyways, I am anxious to see the Pamela one, because this one it's so sad. Like, it is so true, you know, that they don't give her any rights because they look at her as a slut. And they're just like, I don't care. You were in Playboy, so you have no rights. You've shown your body. So it doesn't matter if someone steals your personal tape. I was really glad too, because they had these two sex worker girls. If you watch the movie, you'll see it shows all these different people's lives. But the guy who stole it, he's obsessed with this girl and whatever, so he's always going to her. So she watched the video, didn't know he had anything to do with it, and she and her girlfriend are talking about it to him, how it was so tender and was so sweet, and you could just see the love, and it was like watching someone's personal thing. And that's what I was like. He goes, yeah, but it's just sex or whatever. And he goes, no, when I'm going in and having sex with somebody, it's totally different when you're doing it for a movie. This is very, you know, like you're watching someone's personal moments. And that's what I thought. Like, I was shocked when I started seeing what the movie was about, you know. These people really loved each other. And I don't know where it ends. Like, I don't know what happened to them, what broke them up. But I kind of feel like it was all this bullshit that destroyed their love story, you know. But that was their love story. That was what was supposed to happen. Everything that happens is supposed to happen the way it happens, even if it seems like it doesn't make any sense. But, you know, it's for everybody to learn. But when we get caught up in other people's stories, that's where we pull out our judgment and, oh, well, they should do this, they should do that. No, they should do whatever they did, because that's what they came here to learn. So, this other one, this is what, this gets me though. So there's this new commercial, comes on all the time. If I'm watching YouTube, it's always on. I don't get commercials on other things because I don't have regular TV. So the only place I see commercials is on YouTube. And they have consistent commercials, you know, the Ukraine and Big Pharma. The Ukraine one's always like, give to UNICEF or whoever, you know, this organization that's definitely a cabal. You know, give them money. They'll help. They'll help the Ukrainian people. Jesus Christ, the war just started. I mean, come on. Act like this has been going on for years. And so if there's a war going on, you're about to be invaded, and you're just going to sit there and wait for them to bomb your house and then maybe leave? I don't know. If there's a hurricane, there's a fire or anything, we're, you know, supposedly moved. What's that called? Excavate? No. Whatever it is, when they come and say, hey, you got to leave because, you know, whatever reason. There's floods, there's fires, there's storms, whatever. So they're having a war and nobody's been, you know, moved to another safe place. Yeah, I don't know about that. So in this show, in this new commercial, like I see it all the time. It has this song I really, really like. And the imagery that they're associating with this song is disturbing. So while I'm watching, I'm like, what the fuck? Why, you know, I love this song. And so it always catches me and I always look. And then the stuff they're putting in my head to go with the song, I don't want in my head. So I'm like, I gotta look away, don't look. And at first I was like, is this supposed to be vampires? Because, you know, they pushed that agenda. They wanted us all to get in this mindset like, no, it's kind of sexy. Sexy to drink blood. Yeah, I think it's sexy. And, you know, they got a lot of people to accept it. Oh, hell yeah, I drink blood. If I could live forever, I'd drink blood all day long. I'll fucking go get people and drink their blood. Like, you know, fucking with your head. So, like, I don't know. Are they pushing that again? Is he a serial killer? And they're pushing her because that's another one. You know, think about how many shows are pushing this serial killer and serial killer couples. Whoa, yeah. So, you know, it's like, are they trying to push that? And so I wanted to get the name of the song. I wanted to add it to my playlist. And I went in to look at the trailer. And so when I saw the trailer, because I kept putting in the wrong title of the song. So I thought I need to go hear her say it so I can get the right title. And then, so I was, you know, looking at my phone and I was like, some of the stuff that they were showing for the imagery for this movie, I was like, this is fucking cannibalism. They're fucking pushing the cannibalism. They want us to accept, like, oh yeah, I would fucking eat somebody if I, hell yeah. So, I mean, they literally show a meat grinder grinding, and it's disgusting. What, and you know, this is all through this song, you know, oh yeah, this fun song, and let's just get images of meat grinding and people devouring, and it's, you know, it's disturbing. It's so disturbing. And so I went in to read the comments, and this is what I was like, oh my fucking God. For one thing, the two people in the movie, of course, are the people who they're pushing, you know, just like the Tommy Lee one, you know, he's got the dick all over the place. And you know, that's Disney Plus stuff now. That's on Disney Plus. And they're putting more weird stuff on Disney Plus, like, but, you know, we didn't catch it when Disney was putting, you know, dicks in cartoons and, you know, showing us that kids could be controlled and all their weird shit that they were disclosing. So, you know, I mean, it's nothing for them to just go hardcore. I mean, nothing throws us. We'll just, oh, yeah, jump right in. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Oh, yeah, I do that. I was like, when are you going to start using this? No, not using this, using this. When are you going to start living from your heart and know what's right and wrong? Because they're fucking with this. So the so when I was reading it, so the guy in this, another superhero, any of those movies where they're pushing a superhero, oh, this is their new fun toy. They are going to use this person. They're going to get everybody to think they're powerful, they're sexy. They get these people to work out. Like, these people who go in and play the superheroes, they always have these killer rockin' bodies at the time because they have to go through months of training and starvation and stuff. Like, I saw Skarsgård, I think it was, talking about a part he did. I think it was him, but it's pretty common what they do. And he said, it was fun on the first part. You just eat, nonstop, just eating so much junk and carbs and stuff. And he said, and then you start your workout, and then they cut you off food. And so then your body has to rip around this bulk, so they take away all of your workout, get your muscles all shredded, and then starve you. So then your muscles are shown. I don't know why or how they do it, like why it has to be that way, like make them eat a lot, put on a lot of weight, make them build a bunch of muscles, and then make them starve. It seems like it'd be easier, but maybe it's like the fast way because, they're making a movie. They're on a budget. We don't have time for this. You better get this done. Still just kind of moving around. I don't want to knock over the thing. So, right there when, this new cannibal movie, fun, sexy cannibal movie, and he's this, rockin' superhero. Now he's playing a serious part, though. This is a serious role. He's fucking deeply disturbed. No, he's our new role model. This is goals for us. Sexy goals. So he, the people are talking about him in the comments, and then the girl, she's some up and coming actress, and so they're discussing her, and it's a fucking formula every time. And then they take these people and they use them to direct us, make us, lead us. They're the carrot that leads us around in our life. And they're always putting all this imagery into our heads because they know how to fuck with consciousness, but consciousness apparently doesn't even know it exists on this plane. So when I was reading the comments and stuff and seeing what the people were saying, and there's literally people who, I saw one, this is Army Hammer's biopic. And then somebody else is like, oh, who's Army Hammer? And then they're like, oh, he's just that guy who think it would be cool to eat people. It's like, dude, he's not saying it'd be cool. He's saying he fucking does it. Him and his family and all of the people he comes from. This is what they do. They do it. They want you to accept it because they maybe want to eat your new baby. I mean, we'll see. If you were going to stay in this unconscious state, being led around by fucking carrots, think about it. They're leading people right off the fucking plank with a blindfold on. And it's aggravating as fuck because when you go in and read, the people are just so ignorant. They have no clue anything that's going on. They're willing to accept, scraps in their life and think that they're asking too much. It's sad how they've gotten people developed into this, but they have them right where they want them. And so another thing too. So yesterday, and Mr. Wolf, this is a little bit for you. So yesterday I was flipping around, couldn't find anything to watch. Everything disturbs me. We go watch an old movie and it still has got the fucking old man and the kid. Only it's the kid perving on the old man. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, so that's why it's so hard to watch stuff, because I see through the fucking bullshit. It's not entertaining. It's indoctrination. It's programming. So, yesterday, Mr. Wolf, I popped up this, it was 3 guys talking, and it was Michael Jaco, and he's like a Navy SEAL, kind of guy who says he was in the secret space program and worked with the CIA. Like, he knows a lot about consciousness. He remote views and stuff. He talks about a lot of stuff. And but I didn't know who he was until 20 probably 2021. I don't think I knew who a lot of people were until 2021. Because I only had a few people that I was watching, and I was getting the information that made sense to me. But then more and more people start popping up, in the algorithm or whatever. And so that's how I had seen him. And, but there's a bunch of people. So I didn't go in and, I got to watch this one. I got to watch this one. I just, so I'm not that familiar with this stuff he says. My tongue's still doing it. You can tell. It's like I can't get it to move right. So anyways, he's talking to these two guys. And so I think, oh, maybe it'll be a little update and, I'll hear it. And then I'll spread the word, whatever, if it sounds reasonable. And they weren't talking about anything that was going on. There might have been some little things interjected, but what they were talking about, Mr. Wolf, was the arcs. So they were talking about that. So as the earth was vibrating, so these arcs, these big giant ships, this is what they were saying. Like, I haven't, Mr. Wolf probably knows more about this because you're the one who told me to begin with about it. So, and I think that this is something that they probably talk a lot about in the UFO disclosure people, which, I know different stuff, but I don't follow these different groups to see all of the things going on. And one thing I just keep noticing is that they just don't see the whole picture. And I feel like I see the whole picture, but a lot of people don't see the whole picture. They're just focused on what they're focused on. So in the arc situation, so apparently, aliens a long time ago, they had these arcs, or these giant ships that we're calling arcs. Giant ships that are like the size of a city. So they're huge, and there's like 8 of them or something around here. I don't remember all the details. You can look up this stuff. But so as the planet's vibration was raising, which has started a long time ago, because there was stuff about World War II that was put there to wake us up. Like, stuff has to be so horrible that it gets us to wake up and pay attention. But then people just go right back to sleep. Just like, yeah, I don't trust the news. I don't watch the news anymore. Fuck the news. Oh my God, did you see what the news said about Ukraine? Oh my God. So, anyways, it takes a while. It just like what I said, it's like the people trying to leave an abusive relationship takes a while. And this has been an abusive relationship for people's whole lives. So, the arc, so a long time ago, they were under the ground, however it was that it was left. But as the planet is shifting and raising its consciousness, it's vibrating higher and lighter as it heals. It heals by getting rid of all these freaking rotten people that are trying to kill it all the time. So the more we come into like not just contact, but the more that we realize we're a part of it, that we are a part of nature, that nature is a part of us, that we are all things and all things are us. The more that we get into that, the more that we raise with it. Like, we heal, it heals, we're all healing together. So as this is occurring, this vibration, and this is something too that Juan and them talk about. And also, if you go in and listen to the QHHT stuff, how it all like goes together. So the QHHT stuff and the sun stuff and all that is like, as the people raise their vibration, and Juan is like, once the vibration's raised, we'll all, the truth will come. But it's all because it's cosmic, because we are the change. We are creating this for ourselves. So as the consciousness rises on the planet and people become more clear about things, then that is, raising the vibration of everything, but it's shaking these arcs loose. They are coming to the surface. So they're coming to the surface, and They even said, and this is where I said that they'll interject some new stuff in with what they were talking about, but they even said that there's a big one in the Ukraine, and that is what they went in there looking for. And when you know about the old Hitler, that he was going around all over the place looking for shit, because I mean, that's like, if you watch the Raiders of the Ark, I mean, that's real. Like, they were really doing that stuff. If you look up about the Vril Society, there's so much stuff. If you want to understand what's going on, there's just so much to look into. And it's not like deep research. Like, I don't know what puts people off from looking into things. I find it interesting, and it gives your brain completion. Your brain's not just sitting there, what's happening? You know, you're putting in information and letting it compute through, you know, and always feel it from your heart, what makes sense, because you have an inner knowing. So these arcs are moving up in vibration, and in the Ukraine, where they were trying to find one. And so these guys were saying they're hearing. And since I don't go into some of all these, I don't spend that much time. I'm especially, you know, since I started doing this, I've pulled back by going and listening to people. Like, I used to listen to channelers or different people talking about aliens and stuff. But now that I've got so much, I've got to keep clear in my head what I'm talking about, and I won't get confused with what someone else is talking about, because I don't know their stuff. So I'll start talking, and then I'd be like, what am I talking about? So I can only talk about like what I know, what is shown to me, what I see, how I see it. So anyways, you know, the vibration is moving and it's changing, and the arc is coming to, all these arcs are coming to the surface. And, you know, which goes with the whole thing, like, are people going to fill these up and leave the planet while this this big solar flash happens? Because it's not because it's going to melt them. It's because energetically you can't be where your vibration is not. Your vibration has to meet where you are. When the planet is moving, that's why I keep trying to get across to people. When the planet is raising its vibration, you can't exist if you are not raising yours. Whatever happens, it would be a natural thing that you would stop. And as a soul, it's not like a punishment or something. The soul would end their, you know, transition out of this existence, go look at their life review, see what they need to learn, and then just get born into, you know, where we're headed. So it's not like they're gone forever. So it's not like a sad thing when people are leaving, because they're just, you know, maybe they want the new and upcoming model for this next thing. They want a, you know, a new avatar, a new experience, whatever it is. Maybe some people are going to come back as themselves. Like, I don't know. We're about to go into a time that's super magical. And that is also, you know, what they were saying too about we're going into a time that's going to be, it's going to be so crazy and far-fetched for some people just with the technology. And they were also talking about the med beds. They were talking about a bunch of the technology. And then I saw another headline this morning, and it is a girl who's a psychic, and she said that she got the vision last night. This was written, I didn't go in and listen. Her name is Psychic LJ, I think. And a long time, I used to listen to her, but then, you know, she will do stuff on dates and time. And so you'll think, oh, it's, you know, this is going to happen, it's going to happen. But then, you know, it's like a year later. So I don't like to listen to other people, because I know the dates and time. We can't understand dates and time because you're conversing with people who aren't on time. We are on time. So we try and wrap everything around time, but time doesn't exist. So I just know it's in the future. I just know it's where we're headed to. So, but you can go in and listen to her. But she was saying that there's going to be somebody, she put a picture of Elon Musk up, but that somewhere in some city or some country, that it's going to all of a sudden go high tech, free power. Everything is going to like the beta city that's going to show us all. And we're all going to be like, oh my God, I want that. I want free energy. I want this. I want that, you know. But one place is going to be like the leader to show us. And it's all going to be Elon Musk doing it. So I don't know. You know, could very well be. Something's going to happen. I know for sure something's going to happen. And it's going to be when all seems lost that the shift happens. But as these things are coming up, if they are arcs, which makes so much sense, if they are the ships that's taking the people who have low vibration, who can't be on the planet during this change that is occurring, because it's going to get a lot more intense. If your vibration, just think about like when the Schumann resonance or full moon and all of these different cosmic cycles or cosmic occurrences happen, how it affects you. You know, most people, like, I know a couple years ago when people first started talking about it, I mean, people would be wiped out. Like they couldn't get out of bed all weekend. They just had so much coming up and they were so distraught and just a whole bunch of different things. That plant light went off. And so, you know, your vibration has to meet where you are. So if your vibration's low, you wouldn't be able to go up because it's going to be too much. You wouldn't be able to handle it. That's why you got to continue healing all the time, because it raises your vibration. It helps you to let go of stuff. And that, you know, moves you into the, you know, the space that I say that you want to be in. But, you know, not everybody's here for the same thing as me. So I can only talk about what I understand, what I know. I feel like if people are listening to me, though, it's because they know they're here for kind of the same reason. They know that they need to be working on their vibration and healing and preparing. Because I don't think anybody would listen to a word I said if they didn't have it already in their inner knowing. Because I say stuff, just like when I was listening to those guys, and they're like trying to figure out stuff like, well, you know, maybe there's some people who've only had a couple lives and stuff. Like, there's so many people I go listen to and they're just like scrambling, trying to understand, like, you know, everything is new to them. Like they never heard about reincarnation and, you know, the Bigfoot's an alien and just all of this stuff. People are just putting it together. And when I hear people talking, I'm always like, you know, they're struggling. They need to get, you know, have a minute with me. I'll clear things up for you. But, anyways, it's really opening a lot of people's minds. Like these guys were like, well, you know, I think if you listen to channelers and when you can hear like certain channelers, they're all saying like the same thing, then I think that you can feel like, oh yeah, that's probably it. Which I know, you know, that there is a lot of us who do know, and we will be telling more, you know, bigger audiences, because everybody's going to be questioning things and trying to figure it out. And I hear people stumbling trying to figure stuff out because they just don't know. But Michael Jaco does understand about consciousness. So he was telling them some stuff about that, which everything is about your consciousness. That's why they know to, you know, program it with their freaking sick stuff that they want us to accept, you know, sex with little kids, drinking and eating blood, you know, if your child was about to die, wouldn't you kill somebody else's child so you could get the parts off of them? Like, wouldn't you? Like, that's where they want to lead us. Like, you know, it's okay. You know, it's like they're trying to reset our moral compass to be disturbing like them. And people just participate. And, you know, and the more tuned into your soul, the more your soul's going to be screaming at you like, no, run. So anyways, back to the arcs. So if the arcs are vibrating up, and they were saying that they think they're going to be open up for touring at some point, but right now they haven't even come up all the way. They're just being exposed. But supposedly there's going to be some sky event where they're going to come up. And this is something I've heard about so much in the QHHT stuff and everything. And it makes sense. If they are going to come up as their vibration raises, the arcs come up. My thing is the ark's going to be then filled like with the people who are still asleep, because, you know, you just do that little, you know, Men in Black wand in front of them, put them on the ship. They don't know what the fuck's going on if they can't wake up here. I mean, if all of this disturbing shit doesn't even fucking trigger anything in them to make them question things. So, you know, it makes sense that these ships would come up right at the time when people need to board them and go. So I'm curious about that. If they are rising as this cosmic event because they will be taking people off the planet. But it would be temporary. It's not like they're taking them forever. Some people will go to other third density realities because this one won't be here anymore. So they'll go if they still need to keep playing stuff out to learn. But it isn't, everybody's not going to have that. So if the ships are coming in this big event, like, to me, that would be so fucking cool. You know, they're having all these battles and stuff, and suddenly the ships come out of the ground and go above, and they're over us all over the place. Like, what are they going to do then? And this could be where, who is that? Is it DeSantos? That the FBI guy. He was talking to Laura Eisenhower yesterday, but I keep seeing he's constantly saying, because when he was FBI, he was on the paranormal. Like, he went and did alien stuff, ghost stuff, all sorts of stuff. And I guess he's written books about it too. But all that kind of stuff was released with the FBI and the CIA when they had to release their secret files. So you can look all that stuff up about the paranormal stuff that they would go and do. So he's been saying for a long time, we're going to have a fake alien invasion. Well, it makes sense. If the ships come up and our people are way more technology, like they have ships, but they don't tell us. So we think that they would be alien ships. Like, if they're flying around in these ships, we would think, oh, look at that, it's an alien, when it's just them. So when these ships start moving, if this really happens and they move up and out into the space around us, which we consider space. So if it moves up and it gets to that vibration, are they going to just start loading people in? If they start loading people in, that's a great sign that, you know, we're about to be transported into a new way of being. Because I heard before, like if you watch any of the QHHT stuff, that that there's people, if you raise your vibration, you can handle it all. It won't affect you. Except for the big flash, when people have gone in and seen themselves go through the big flash, a lot of them say they can't tell about time, like how long they're laying on the ground and how long it takes them to orient back to reality. But, you know, a lot of them are knocked to the ground and kind of out of it, but they all come to and, you know, like, oh, but a lot of people are gone because of the ships, wherever they're taking them. But I was just like, oh my gosh, if these ships are the arcs and they do come up and they do start loading people, that is, oh my gosh. See how we're, and they were talking about these ships are so highly technologically advanced to what we know and how much they're going to help us, which, you know, that was always going to happen. There was always some place, because like my friends, like, I don't think they're going to be telling everybody about the aliens. That's too much. People won't be able to handle it. I think that's the main thing. I think if there's going to be information that's left out, it's going to be a lot more about these sicko people who, you know, eat people. And what they've done, and, you know, what they've done to hurt kids and stuff like that. I think that's more of the stuff that they will leave out than, I think there's only a little bit of that you need to know to the point where you're sick. You don't need to know more. And so I think that that's going to be where it's like, oh, we'll find out 25% of the truth on that. But the alien stuff, that's our future. So we're going to get 100% of that. We're going to find out how we came to this planet, how the planet has always been used, what people are here right now. We're going to learn everything about that. And it's going to take us into such a highly technological, more sophisticated way of being. But also, it's us that has to grow. It's us that has to evolve, because we have to get to that part where we are accepting, we do understand, we do see things in a broader perspective, not this limited little, peon mind control bullshit where people don't understand things and they fight over stuff that doesn't fucking matter. So, people have to wake up to realize what matters. And I believe that they're going to show this stuff with the aliens is going to be the thing that, if that DeSoto or whatever his name is right, and they do this fake invasion thing, that will wake people up. I mean, everything they do that they're trying to do to hurt us is backfiring and waking people up. And that's the hand of God. That's Jesus coming back. It's the energy. It's everything they do fucks up and wakes us up more. So they are just trying to do the regular bullshit. But now they've got a counter, they can't trick us. So, they're very frustrated and hitting way harder, doing more shit. And, but I think that if this is true, all of a sudden all of these alien ships come up. I mean, I like that awakening a lot better than, sitting here waiting for nuclear threat so that we all have to be like, oh my God, I'm about to die. So many people, they just don't realize the purpose of death. I can't believe how many times I have to try and say this stuff to people and they just think I'm like some cold, heartless person. It's like, no, if you understand what about life and a soul, then you understand that what death is. And it is so that we learn what's important. Somebody dies, you learn so much about, how your time and, what you did for the person. Most people have so much guilt when someone dies that, they have so much to work out because you just look at things different. You get new perspective, and things have to constantly happen to change up our perspective so that we can see more, so we can understand more. It's part of the evolution of the soul. So anyways, I will be so excited if all of a sudden the ships come up and we're all standing outside and we're just got ships up in the sky. Oh my God, that would be, I would love that. I hope. But I was, just when I was watching that yesterday, Mr. Wolf, I was totally thinking about you because you're the one who told me about the arcs to begin with. And so you might, I mean, I would imagine you probably are keeping up on it a lot more than me. But yeah, that was really interesting. But if you're looking for that one, it was yesterday, it was live. And I think the channel was called Michael Jaco 7. So some people, they don't put the stuff that they're do live on because when they are live, they can talk more openly. But then when they try and download it, it goes through the thing checking for words like you're only allowed to say certain words a certain amount of times. You can't say them mixed with other words and stuff. They have ways to find that. So when the live things, they'll say a lot of stuff that they can't say. And since I only watched 15 minutes of it or something, I'm not sure what all they talked about, but I'm sure they said some stuff that would get them taken down. But it might still be up if you want to go in and hear what they were saying about it. But anyways, I think that, there's great things happening on our planet, and it's super, super exciting. And, it feels really traumatic, but trauma is to heal. It's to preserve growth. It's to help us to get better. What was it? Somebody just said something to me. I was like, yes, I got to make that point because, what was it? It was, something about, I can't remember. It'll come to me as soon as I turn this off. But right now I'm trying to, my head's swirling around. Was there anything else I need to say? Was there anything else? But the thing was about the healing and, what we focus on. And as these shifts happen, and realize to change your focus because you're focusing on everything backward. And that's the big thing that's going to be happening that I think we're all waiting for the most, is that switchback of where all of a sudden we get to see the truth. There's no more of this trying to convince us that the untruth is real and the lies are real, because we're going to see it's all going to be made crystal clear what's real and what's not real. And so I think, I think that's I think it's coming in hot, personally. I think that a lot of stuff is about to go down. It's been a slow build, but, the biggest thing we're waiting for is that switchback, when all of a sudden the truth is what we're dealing with. And that is going to be energetically, I totally believe that that is, this energy will send out this powerful this powerful energy will come off of the collective once the lights go on and they see the truth, and that energy will go out to the solar, or to the sun, which will create the solar flare that will come back. So, and I don't know, like I've said before, I don't know how fast everything will happen, because everything happens slow as fuck as far as I'm concerned. I can't believe how slow everything happens, but that is our coming into terms with time, understanding time as a concept, as a construct. It's not real. And with time, what do you do with it? Like right now, lately, I've just been super exhausted and just, looking for stuff to watch, looking for stuff just to try and get through this last part, because, the weather sucks. You want to go outside and it's freaking freezing cold. It keeps raining. This has been super, super hard winter, and they started it so early too, because there shouldn't be. I mean, I live somewhere where it didn't even supposed to be like winter. It is a mild winter, not like this. This place was supposedly didn't go down below 35 very often, and now we've been going down freezing temperatures for months and months. It's like, oh my God, it's like they don't even, like, they're so over the top with their pushing their agenda, but it's so ridiculous, it's waking people up. So I have seen, more people waking up to looking at things and seeing things. I saw somebody yesterday, I think, maybe it was a TikTok or something, but they were showing, I think it was something with the sky, but it was, people are starting to see and understand that things aren't right. Oh, what was that one? Yeah, that girl. That she, but some people they're just still, they're locked in. They can't let other things come in, because it's all by how they understand their illusion, their reality. It's what is in their orbit and how they understand it. So, some people, they don't get this stuff. They don't understand it, how, why things are happening or whatever. Like, I have so many different people's things that they're saying coming in, and I can't talk about all of these different ones, but I just keep seeing, people can only understand what they are told to understand. So whatever the TV is telling them, they believe it. Doesn't matter if it's nonsense or Facebook or whoever, wherever they get their information, they just can't imagine anything else. So when stuff starts being shown, for us, a lot of us, it's going to be a relief. Finally, now people can see I'm not crazy. They finally see the truth. But for all those people, this is going to be a mind fuck, like a major mind fuck. So anyways, I might be back because I still have so much stuff going on in my head. But hopefully I made some sense with that kind of stuff, because, it is all in our programming. It's up to each conscious being to notice, to decide, to work on themselves, to raise their vibration. All of that is up to each individual, and it's happening as a collective, because what people are choosing to heal, most people, some people just go and kill somebody and kill themselves. Like, they're like, I can't do this, but that's what their soul gets to go back and see. Like, look what you did. Look how you handled it. And you think a soul, you meet a lot of dickhead people, but you think when your soul's up there, your soul is proud of that? Nah. No, it's all about learning. So that's why, they come back over and over and over, so that we can learn and expand and become who we want to be. But you have to have awareness to where to look. But most people are so caught up trying to please the woke culture of this world. This is all meant to manipulate us. So, okay, I'll talk to you later. Bye.